Hi, in this video I want to further explain in deeper detail about the revelations of Messiah Ben David in Hollywood. Now, the biggest key, as I said, is using the vehicle of Harry Potter. But what you'll find is that in Jeremiah you have chapters about the Good Shepherd. Now, Jesus refers to himself as the Good Shepherd, so we know he is a Good Shepherd. But what these films reveal is that in many, I've counted more than 20, 30 films, where the right hand or the right arm of all the heroes, the messiahs like Harry Potter, like David Tennant's Doctor Who, the right hand or the right arm is damaged in some way. You see it with Luke Skywalker, his right hand. And what really pushes the edge of your understanding of the Bible and these films is that the Antichrist or the villain loses a right eye. You see this in Thor, because Thor is Zeus, obviously. You see it in Harry Potter, where one of the villains who wears a turban, he loses a right eye, or his right eye is damaged. You see it in over and over and over again in all these movies. So just keep watching out. I'll mention the specific movies in the description below. But that's it really. Is that this good shepherd is going to be helping the Jews and to bring back the military strength of the Jews and to rebuild the temple. And this Messiah doesn't die. He doesn't die. There's a feign of a death, like mentioned in Neo's The Matrix and in Harry Potter. But this is again linked to Hermes because Hermes died. So another thing is that in Ezekiel, this Messiah is hidden. He's hidden in God's quiver, and a quiver is an old-fashioned word for an arrow sack. And he is sharpened or molded by God because he's a mortal man. And I don't think this happened to Jesus. I mean, Jesus had to be taught by his mother and father and by the community, but he wasn't molded in that way. He was the Son of God. So it's difficult because what the Christians try and do, and I am a Christian, is move all of this, the points about Messiah Ben David, the Jewish Messiah, into this is Jesus, when clearly it isn't true. You know, they'll say things like, because Messiah is mentioned to have words like a sharpened sword, and the Christians will say, well, yeah, Jesus was quite stern to the Pharisees, but it's not like that, you know. And also, to clear up the suffering servant, I am confused about the suffering servant in a lot of ways, but David, King David, mentioned himself, I believe, when speaking of the suffering servant, and then that was prophetic of Jesus. But if you look in Isaiah, all the way through, there are interesting things. I mean, it literally says in Isaiah that God's servant is David. It says his servant is David, and it's going back to the apocalypse of Zerubbabel, and you'll see that David's reign, Messiah ben David's reign, is linked to Hezekiah, and Hezekiah was a relation of King David, and he was a co-regent king. So this links up with Jesus and Messiah ben David being co-regents of the millennial kingdom. But just by looking at Hollywood and all these good shepherd right eye goes, you see it in Hook, in Peter Pan, and the right hand, it either is damaged or the right arm is damaged, over and over and over again. Why do they keep doing it? Because it's a hidden Messiah. In Islam, the Mahdi mentioned in the Hadith, he basically is in control, as it were, with the authority of God as Jesus steps back. The Mahdi isn't mentioned in the Quran, but there are many, many things within the Quran that speak of David and speak of the coming apocalypse. And in Buddhism, Maitreya, which is a title, not a name, he is hidden within occultation, which just means a word for hidden. He is hidden. So why is he hidden? This is what we've got to understand in the next coming year or so, as it's revealed why the Jews must return to Israel, the 10 lost tribes, the Jews from the 10 lost tribes.